having to wait 40 minutes for me.
Imagine being late. Imagine literally being late.
Who's late? Imagine being gay.
Oh, it's so cold.
Okay,
I was waiting for so long.
why?
I would have lose so. You could have just
Look
ate.
what time I texted you. That's the time I literally.
Like,
Imagine getting left on the liver. So anyways, where are we gonna go eat?
I'm thinking to cook prime rib
When?
today.
Ano ba, like when?
Huh?
When?
Today?
I know when. Like when you get home or at night.
I get home, we can boil it, and then I can
Boil it.
have to boil it first to make it soft, make tender.
Yeah, Miguel. It's tender.
Tender.
I can finally eat.
Dati daw nakinig?
Yeah, I haven't eaten. I was so hungry. Keep waiting. It took a long time.
What do you eat in the car? Why don't you eat like during lunch?
Listen, you're not allowed to eat at the school.
Yeah, you are.
No, you aren't.
Sure, buddy.
Unless you go in your classroom, but there's like no one, like it's like not like there. I mean, there's people there, but like it's not epic.
Pipeline is the electric, so the gas.
No, don't do it backwards.
They eat the pipeline, they spend too much money on it, and then
You have to bring it home. You can't. It's literally your mask.
and then
in your bag. It's literally not hard.
U.S. President-elect Biden gonna scrap it.
What, in America?
Well, it's gonna cross on America, the pipeline from Canada going to cross on America. That's why. So
That I have to pick a color.
it's a problem.
I pick blue, and then I choose a number. And they said Chevy.
How does that affect us?
Well,
You said.
the gasoline came from U.S. Canada, right? So it will affect us.
I don't know what
No,
you're talking
the
about.
oil come from us to them.
I just said
Yeah, so why does it affect us? Because it's ours then. You don't have to give it to them.
It's a business. If you don't have a business, then how are you not gonna be affected economy? Right? The business of the gas.
I chose blue.
The gasoline
Pick a number.
will conflict.
And then there was like 4 different things.
So all gasoline stocks is gonna go down.
But that's the thing though.
Economy will affect it.
Oh, like the thing? Yeah, the thing. Like the origami. Yeah, the origami. Oh, so you want to make that? Yeah, how do I make that? You're a chin. What is that? How do you mean? Did someone wrote that? No, how did someone make that? No, I want to make it. How do you know how to make? How did you see it then? Who made it? So you just thought of it?
Oh, baby, where you wanna go? But Kuya say you wanna go somewhere.
Yeah, I think you want to go, Steve.
See?
It is not.
Wait, what's that? You want to go somewhere?
It's not junk food. It's not junk food.
You don't have any junk.
Okay, we're going home. We're literally going home. I want to go home today.
So how do you make it?
You use your hands and the paper? Why do you want to make it?
When we get back home,
584 new cases
Why?
diagnosed with
Now, what's the
COVID-19
point in doing
pneumonia. From the 16th to the 17th, an additional 445 new cases.
I mean, no, when I was
And in the last 24 hours, an additional
Actually, when I was like 3, like your age,
people were
maybe 2,
diagnosed with
3.
COVID-19. program of providing quarantine accommodations in hotels and support for people, the temporary farm workers who are coming into BC.
I don't know that. You don't know the others.
That they play supporting our agriculture industry here.
I only know that.
So we now have 4,326 active cases across British Columbia, of whom 343 are in hospital, 68 of whom are in critical care or ICU. Additionally, we have 6,865 people under active health monitoring. Again, that continues to include the monitoring.
Oh, I think.
And 54,000
I was doing my test measures when I was like,
recovered that they're no longer
in my in like school. Not school, but like when I was doing my homework, and then I was watching also the live stream yesterday.
bringing the total number to 1,078 people who died. The vast majority of those are seniors and elders in long-term care. And to the families, the care providers in our community
Because in the live stream they were singing.
and their loved ones, our thoughts
It's not cool
and
because I think you like that. You literally like that. That's one of the
We have one new healthcare outbreak to report for the last reporting period at the Eagle Ridge Manor, and outbreaks are now over at Ave Care Harmony Court, Laurel Place, Capilano Care Center, and McKinney Place in Interior Health. And we are very thankful that McKinney Place has been under control. That was a very challenging outbreak in Interior Health, and we know 17 people in the McKinney Place community lost their lives to COVID in that outbreak.
I know how dreamy.
That leaves us with 48 active outbreaks in long-term care and assisted living and 10 acute care units, involving 2,054 people in long-term care, 1,339 residents, and 708 staff. So we do want to bring you up to date today on
You just watched it.
immunization activities that have been going on for the last few days.
Mr. Beast video.
A slide available yet, but I will provide the data, and we will have both the slide available, but also a post on the BC CDC dashboard as of this afternoon. So since the start of our immunization program in December, we have provided 87,346 people with COVID-19 vaccine in BC. And over the past week, we've received 46,675 doses of vaccine, 28,275 of the Pfizer vaccine, and 18,400 of Moderna. The Moderna vaccine, I will note, though, 18,400.
I don't know what it is. I just like, I was trying like
a good
push my
proportion
feet
of
like
it
this,
was
like my foot. It has this cracking
distributed
sound.
around
I don't know if it's a crack or if it's like
over the weekend. Doses were delivered.
But I can do it infinitely.
So this
Like
week,
it hurts a bit.
we're expecting another 26,775 doses of Pfizer vaccine.
I feel it.
in
I
total,
feel that thing.
including
it doesn't make any
24,375
noise.
doses of the Pfizer vaccine, and 2,400 the final
Hey, do you know what this is?
installment of the
My
doses
feet
we
is
were meant
weird,
to
like-
receive last week of Moderna vaccine.
Like that. What's that
So
sound?
where that leaves us right now
It's not a
is
crack.
of the
Sounds like someone popping.
87,346
It does
doses
sound
that
like
we have
someone.
given.
It's such a
71,301
weird sound. I don't know if it's a
of the
crack or-
Pfizer vaccine out of the 78,975 doses we
This is a
received.
crack.
And we've provided 16,005
This is a
doses
bubble
of
wrap.
Moderna of the 38,900 doses.
Wait,
Just recognizing that the 18,000
how to make the bubble wrap sound?
doses of Moderna just arrived
Oh,
on the weekend.
Like try to
Friday.
try to make
Boom!
try to make a
695
bubble wrap
doses,
sound.
6,679 of the Pfizer vaccine, and 3,016 doses of
Like some
Moderna
people would probably just use their fingers to crack.
You did that yesterday.
I would do that. Like
You did that yesterday.
Our focus
The guy did.
It hurts after a while.
to
So.
be on immunizing
Keep like doing this all over again.
people
Remember?
who are at the greatest risk, and that
just to think we don't have
includes
school.
residents and staff
Oh, we had
in
volleyball.
long-term care homes around the province.
There's a truck behind.
the key roles that we have in our
And you barely fit.
facilities.
only January? I thought it was February.
What do you mean?
I thought it was February.
I feel like it's still like I feel like it's still like 2020. I'm still not used to 2021.
The process we know was going to be.
I thought it was January.
different.
I thought it was February.
I feel like it's going by so. I feel like it's going by so like fast.
We have, however, been able to.
I don't know why he thinks it's February. To me, it's still like January, but I still can't think of
to make sure
20.
that we are continuing with providing the first of 2 doses to those at highest risk, and that we are able
Stop
to
with it,
start
Jimmy.
2 doses at day 35.
Don't do it.
Our plans are being announced to Hastings Street. So that is our focus over the next couple of weeks. It is a bit of a setback, but it is only a delay. We are expecting to receive and have been reassured that we will receive the extra doses at the end of February and early March to be able to continue to expand our first dose program and to ensure that those at highest risk
put in my
and
song.
high-risk categories are covered as soon as possible. What that will mean, though, is that
Remember that
the focus
challenge
will be on
Mr.
second
Beast
doses starting next
was like,
week.
if you
And the week
fail-
after,
if you
win-
building that
if you
up again
fail,
to be able to provide additional
try to
first
fail.
dose service.
Chandler,
And as I mentioned, the
try to
dashboard
fail.
will be published this afternoon on the BC
Mr.
CDC
Beast
website.
challenge like try to fail.
And we do have to remember that even
Actually,
though
he
our
would somehow
COVID-19 immunization
not
program is
fail.
underway
And then
and continues
he
and will
wouldn't win,
continue
'cause he
in
always
the coming
loses
weeks
challenges.
and months.
Yeah, wouldn't he win?
The risks remain high all
But-
over British
Yeah, but-
Columbia, and we see that.
Remember that challenge in Mr. Beast, the Mr. Beast gaming thing? We were watching
This
this
is
morning. He was
why
like,
we need to
if you lose, you
continue to
smell
take those
Carl's
measures
sock or
that we
something.
know.
Here, why don't you sell my sock? This would smell my sock.
It's to
Smell like
keep everybody
smell
who
like
has not yet
like
been
that smell.
vaccinated as safe as possible in this period of time of hope and challenge as we move
Don't do it,
towards
Jelly.
being able to
Do
provide
it.
immunization
Stop.
to everybody. It's also why we continue to have
I
our
like- my
public
hand
health
is like
orders and
cold, so I'm gonna
restrictions in place. I do want to
I honestly
pause
didn't do that on
because the
purpose.
science has shown us, and it shows
While you're
us
recording.
now in what we are seeing across the world.
It's important sometimes
No,
to get an
it's not.
accident.
You
You
went to
never know.
like. I already tried.
And from somebody who's been working in the vaccine world for
So you wish the guy in the front got crashed and he got a good clip? That's why I said move.
Well, last time, like what happened on.
It feels weird.
We're never going to get rid of beauty culture, but maybe we can make it less important, less all-consuming by escalating the value of other things in ourselves and in each other. There can set us down. Looking at a man and the defining factor was interference group. If people were all committed. As soon as one person did a procedure, there was like a domino effect.
it's like
trying to
so
steal our
tiny, the
parking.
people.
It's a good idea
Let's
to
do
have that
comparison.
video.
Put it side by side.
having severe
We're gonna video it while they're
So short.
gonna keep it video.
Small finger.
Yeah.
So
amazing to
imagine like,
Like-
a little baby.
Like yesterday, not yesterday, the other day, when mommy and me went to the store again, there's an old lady. There's an old lady who cut our parking again. And just me and mommy, but it's an old lady.
Wait, what? What's
what
the old
parking?
lady?
in the next few
What
months.
parking?
What happened?
And more
Winch.
people
What happened?
What happened?
What happened?
those
Someone take out